Hi everyone, this is Saifur Rahman and I am from E2E Mentorship Program. And in this video, I'll be teaching you how to build your first web page using HTML and CSS. So let's get started. Before we begin our journey to learn how to build web pages with HTML and CSS, it is important to understand the differences between the two languages, the syntax of each language, and some common terminology. So, what are HTML and CSS? HTML, which stands for Hypertext Markup Language, gives content structure and meaning by defining that content as, for example, headings, paragraphs, or images. CSS, which stands for Cascading Style Sheets, is a presentation language created to style the appearance of content using, for example, fonts or colors. The two languages, HTML and CSS, are independent of one another and should remain that way. CSS should not be written inside of an HTML document and vice versa. As a rule, HTML will always represent content and CSS will always represent the appearance of that content. Now let's understand some common HTML terms. They are elements, tags, and attributes. We'll go first with elements. So, what are elements? Elements are designators that define the structure and content of objects within a page. Elements are identified by the use of less than and greater than angle brackets surrounding the element name. Thus, an element will look like the following. Coming to the next, tags. The use of less than and greater than angle brackets surrounding an element creates what is known as a tag. Tags must commonly occur in pairs of opening and closing tags. So anchor tags will look like this. Coming to the next, attributes. Attributes are properties used to provide additional information about an element. For example, an A element including an href attribute would look like the following. Now let's understand some common CSS terms. They are selectors, properties, and values. We'll start first with selectors. Selectors, as elements are added to a web page, they may be styled using CSS. A selector designates exactly which element or elements within our HTML to target and apply styles such as color, size, and position too. Within CSS, selectors are followed with curly brackets, which encompass the styles to be applied to the selected element. The selector here is targeting all P elements. You can see an example here. Now coming to properties, once an element is selected, a property determines the styles that will be applied to that element. In the following code, we are defining the color and font size properties to be applied to all P elements. The example can be as shown here. Values. So what are values? Values can be identified as the text between the colon and semicolon. Here we are selecting all P elements and setting the value of the color property to be orange and the value of the font size property to be 16 pixel. You can see here we are writing the values inside curly brackets. Now that we have understood some common HTML and CSS terms, we are ready to create our first web page. Let's go to VS Code and see how that's done. So here, the first thing we have to do is create a file. We'll create two files, one for HTML and one for CSS. The HTML file is created like this. We include .html extension. Now we have created our HTML file. Let's create CSS file too. We'll name it as styles.css. So now I've created our files. So let's go to HTML and create a boilerplate. If you don't know how to create a boilerplate, simply go to your HTML file and type exclamation here. And by entering, you will get your boilerplate ready. Now let's change our title. We'll put the title first web page. After that, we'll link our CSS to the HTML file, and it is done by link. Now let's give our header here. We'll use h1. Welcome to my first web page. Now we'll use nav. Inside nav, we'll use unordered list, and we'll give li using anchor tag. Now we'll write home here. Let's copy paste this so that we don't have to type again. About, and contact us. Now that we have done with nav, we'll go inside main. Inside main, we'll give paragraph tag. Hello world. This is my first web page. Yes. Now we are done with this. Let's go to footer. Inside footer, we'll again use p tag to write copyright. Now we are done with our HTML parts. We'll save it and go to styles. Inside styles, to body element, we will give font family Arial, background color we'll give to yes, and margin 0, padding also 0. And header, we'll give background color We'll give text color, and text color is given by color property. We'll give white. Align center. Padding. We'll give 10 pixel. And let's go to our navigation. So we'll give property to UL. So we'll write nav space UL. What it will do is it will select the descendants. List style none. And we'll give padding 0. Let's display flex. And background color will give here. We'll give margin right. Twenty pixel. Text decoration. None. Color. We'll give padding to main. Padding of 20 pixel. Now we'll give some styles to footer also. Let's text align center. Padding of 10 pixel. And background color. Let's give it gray. Dark gray. I'll give text color. So now that we are done with our HTML and CSS, now what the next thing is how to view. So we'll save it and we'll see it how it looks. So simply we can copy this and pasting our browser. So this is how our web page looks like. Hope you like the video. Thank you.